Thank you to be here. This is Esteban Gomez from Botech. In this talk, I will share with you how can we protect our organization before the attack. Usually we use all the controls to protect our organization before the attack, right? But what happened before the attack? Let me give you one note. 74% of the cybersecurity incidents are involved with the human element. What is this? Or today in the digital age, the organizations, and we don't think about the industry. Any kind of organizations have part of them the human element, the employees. They are in all our industry. So this is today one of the main focus for this, because we need to prevent the error. We need to prevent the intention of the human resources in any cybersecurity attack. For example, if we talk about the cybersecurity attacks, we can talk about any kind of attacks as errors or any financial that could be impacting any financial losses, reputation. Why? Because if we think about the employees, all employees are involved in all the operation, in all the information security controls, and could be part intentionally or not for these threats, as a threats. Other key statistics is about the malicious, that 80% of the malicious employees are currently employees. So the enemy could be inside of the organizations. These statistics demonstrate that the internal attacks are significant in the organization. So we need to take care for these attacks. How can I mitigate the risk? If we talk about the risk mitigation, the usual risk mitigation assessment, we can start with the risk assessment, then implement security controls, and so on with the ongoing and monitoring process. Also, the incident response plan are involved to try to improve. And the improve things comes from the employee training. That this is the main focus here. But again, the human element is not only involved in this training or in the hiring process. It's also part of the risk assessment, the implement security controls, the ongoing monitoring, the incident response plan. We need to have focus to these resources following several things. For example, the background checks, we already know it. As you know, we are part of the PCI DSS standard, and so we are following this background checks, also determination procedure, and the training, the regular training. But what about the access controls? And what about the incident response? Usually your companies have your red team, your blue teams, the information security area put the eyes following or trying to identify incidents. But the team is 2 people, 10, 20, but all the employees in the organization could be at some eyes. That's why I'm asking about the incident response, because we have several eyes that can help us to improve this this identification for the incidents. And also, typically when I assess the companies, I can, the organization can be focused on something important, the culture and the education. When we talk the culture and the education, we are talking about the happy employees. I guess that we will prefer to have a happy employees in place of the angry employees, right? Because if we have happy employees, we can work in the matter what we are working or we are focused to work. A positive culture of this company, the engagement, the empowerment is the focus that we are working or we are looking for. About the organization environment, we are talk about how we prevent some triggers, like rivalry among the employees, the bad bosses, the work stress too, and also the monetary motivation. Usually, when we think about the information security controls for the employees, we talk about the background checks. During the background checks, we take care for all the things that can be impacting the monetary motivation. But during the development or during the day by day for the employee could happen a lot of things. So we need to get focused on that information. We get focused on that as a part of our risk assessment and merge all the information from the physical environment, the technological environment that we are an expert of that. We already know how to manage the firewalls, how to manage the physical access, the cameras, the antivirus, the access controls, but we are not prepared as information security experts to manage the cultural environment and how to prevent these triggers and go away. But this is not a bad thing. I guess that we can be focusing something that we already know. We already know a lot of frameworks like PCI DSS that we have some controls like background checks, determination, the determination of procedures, or the training, the education of the employees. But what about SOC 2? SOC 2 is talking about the development. The development also could be a key, because if we develop our employees, we can prevent the errors, right? So we can offer to the employees some trainings for technical trainings or soft skills trainings that develop its capacities to work with as a teamwork, to work with her boss and his leader and go ahead. Also, severity frameworks like CIS, like ISO 20700, NIST, and so on, have some several approach to the process for the control the employees. And as I always said in my presentation about the PCI DSS, PCI DSS is the minimum controls that we need to follow to prevent any fraud in the company, right? But it's the minimum. We can add several things. And now with the PCI DSS version 4, we know that we can create our own controls. And it's not necessary created. We can focus in and we can support our information in these several frameworks. And how I can select these frameworks? I mentioned earlier the risk process, right? Starting with risk assessment. But why we don't first sit in our desk or with our team and first trying to understand what are the security needs? I am focusing in this security need now. And if you are trying to understand these security needs, I know that you can merge all these frameworks. And this is the one of the steps. But before, we need to be, we need to know that we are not alone. We have consultant, industry experts, we have the council, we have the vendors that we can support our needs of knowledge, right? Also, we need to research and familiarize with all the different cybersecurity frameworks, at least a little, to be sure that what are the things that we are trying to mitigate. Usually, it's not necessary to create anything. Something else already wrote this information in that framework. That's why we need to, in the step 4, evaluate how I can assess the framework in the organization. Also, we can take aware the resources. This is no part of the regular risk assessment and implementation process. Evaluate the resources, the budget, the expertise, and again, we are not alone. So only we need to be sure the compliance thing. We need to go through the laws and we go through the regulations. Also, we need to check and double check with our clients if we need to comply with some regulation or some specific thing that is not only writing in the regulation or the frameworks, also part of the contracts with our clients. And in this risk assessment or this framework selection, we need to focus in one framework that could be flexible. And so flexible is equal to be to get all this information to bring to us, to our company, and be understandable for our company, be part of the company. It's like a well-fit jacket. Finally, we need to engage. And engage who? Our stakeholders and also all the employees. We need to manage all the information. As I mentioned earlier, the employees can help us to identify some incidents, but also will be working with our controls. We will be working with the laptops, with the data, with the procedures. So if we work in the right manner with the policies and procedures, we can go ahead with to prevent some mistakes and to prevent some misunderstanding to the rights in the sensitive information. Finally, we need to test these controls and try to improve the information, try to improve all these frameworks, again, to fit these frameworks to our organization. And it's not only to review it, the same controls, it's again to try to review the compliance thing, our needs, the new clients, the new technology, And again, check and double check the feelings of the employee. Because if we review it, we can improve our employees with in the right manner to bring with us always a happy employees. So selecting the right framework requires understand your organization needs. Again, perform a careful evaluation and trying to fit this framework to you. Maybe create your own framework is the right way to implement any kind of framework or of a standard. But who help me? Can help me with this? You are not alone. You have these cybersecurity consultants, the vendors, the IT security professionals, the council. We can be part of all these groups, and don't worry, don't feel alone about this. You can improve your own frameworks, you can improve your own controls, taking care in all your needs, and if you need any help, we can hear you and trying to help you. Thank you again. This is Esteban Gomez from Botec, and we can help you from Spain, US, and Latin America too. Thank you.